right, Twitch.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We finally made it. The entire year has come down to this moment, the finals of the OCM Championships here at Game Castle. Thanks for hanging out. Take a minute, follow the channel, head over to YouTube, subscribe, Old Cranky Man Collectibles. So, we're here.
It's amazing.
It is a really, really good feeling.
It's actually wild.
It is all culminated to this point. Daniel Seidl at the top of your screen.
Yep.
Playing Team of Rhinos. Came in, what did he say, second place in points?
Yes.
He has won a team event and made the finals of a single event where he scooped to Damon DeBest.
Yep. And he's won a singles event as well.
Chris at the bottom of your screen playing Domain Zoo. Players have already gotten started here. It's a Misty Rainforest from Daniel. That's going to get cracked. A Zagoth Triome from Chris.
Sultai Triome.
Here is that a
Indatha?
Ketria? That's a Ketria Triome.
Is that Ketria?
Yep.
I'm not good at this.
Daniel just playing the 3-color rhinos today. No 4th color in there.
Yeah, not really necessary. There have been some really...
Here is a...
He's the pure rhinos.
Here is an island, and he'll pass back over to Chris. Doesn't look like we're icing anything down in the upkeep.
Yeah, this is... he's on the play, right?
Daniel was on the play, yes.
Yeah, this is kind of where he wants to be. Obviously, if Chris is able to fetch into a second color and play that, the Kavu, a little rough.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here
it's
is
just
a Scion of Draco.
a 2-mana 4/4 with tons of keywords.
Yeah, so flying, trample.
We're trying to remember them all.
Is it? It's not lifelink. Well, it gets in for 4.
Yeah, it's not getting blocked.
It gets in for 4. On the instep, it's going to be a Violent Outburst. Chris says that's on the stack.
It doesn't get those
gives
keywords.
them to
It gives them other
creatures.
creatures.
Okay,
yeah,
that's right. Sacred Foundry going to get found off of the fetch land, and here's a Tishana's
Oh my
Tidebinder.
gosh! What happened? So what is happening right now? He's Tishana's Tidebindering what?
I am not sure what the Tishana's Tidebinder was all about. Where did it go?
I think back in hand. Or does it? No, it makes the rhinos. What just happened?
I'm not sure. Let me look up the Oracle text for Tishana's Tidebinder real quick. It happened so fast, and then there was a bunch of shouting from the other room. So
he subtletied it. He subtletied the Tishana's Tidebinder.
Oh, perfect. You love to see it.
Yeah. That's wow.
Yeah, so Tishana's Tidebinder, it counters any activated or triggered ability.
Cascade is a triggered ability.
And then if it's an artifact or creature, it loses the ability.
Thank you, Golem Gamer.
It can target any triggered ability. But Daniel having the subtlety there is pretty clutch.
And this is
Chris down to just 6 life points already.
That's
Can
wild.
he afford to attack with this Scion? Here's a third.
Can he afford not to?
I'm assuming he has some amount of interaction, maybe in the form of Kindred Flames or Leyline Binding. Here is 2 mana.
Or make it a 5/5 with a bunch of keywords? With 2 keywords. This is...
It is a Neshoba Brawler.
And it will have Trample because it's green.
Yep. Here's 3 mana. A Dead Gone is going to take care of the Neshoba Brawler, and that should be good for lethal.
That's it.
Chris is going to need a way to deal with these Rhino tokens. Otherwise, this game is already over.
Yeah, this is sort of an interesting...
Here is a Stubborn Denial to counter the Dead Gone. Daniel will untap.
Okay, we still got game. We're still in this.
So the Brawler can trade with one of the Rhino tokens.
Yeah, Daniel just is flush with interaction.
Flame of Anor is going to take care of the Brawler. Here's 1 mana for a Leyline Binding to take care of one of the Rhino tokens. So much back and forth here.
It still puts him to 2.
Rhino token is going to knock Chris down to 2 here. And
can he come back from this?
We'll head back to Chris.
Let's see. Because either he has an answer now or he has to leave this great Draco up to block, the Scion up to block.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a wild game. This is so fast.
3 mana. 2 mana.
2? 3? It's just like, is it another Scion? Are we...
It is a
Tribal Flame.
Kindred Flame. Is going to take care of that token. And
no fear.
Scion of Draco is going to get in the red zone. What a game. It has been so fast and so much back and forth already.
Are we just going to fetch? Are we going to go to 6?
Looks like Daniel's just going to start the turn. So he untaps and takes a draw stab. Here's a Post Malone Forest, and he'll just pass back over to Chris.
Are we?
So here's a spot where he could instant speed a Rhinos.
Oh my gosh!
Trade with the Draco and then have a Rhino left over for lethal.
Yeah, this is wild. Chris does have a lot of counter magic in the deck. Tishana's Tidebinder. Are we just taking 4?
He's just taking 4.
Do we have a Flames?
Down to 3.
Or do we have Flames?
It's a bolt. It's a lightning bolt.
That's it.
Chris gets game number 1. That was insane. Fast. Players playing blistering pace here. Game number 1. They're going to get sideboarded. We'll be right back with game 2.
Trying to.
All right, Twitch. It's time for game number 2. This could be it.
If I can not peek the microphone.
Chris could get this one in the bag. Season will be all done.
What did Daniel bring in?
So Daniel has done some pretty heavy sideboarding, taken out 3 copies of Force of Negation, 3 copies of Tishana's Tidebinder, 1 copy of Gemstone Caverns, brought in a Fury, a Blood Moon, a Boseiju, and 4 copies of Mystical Dispute.
Wow.
He really wants to be able to interact with the stack. I think. Those Tribal Flames later in the game, being just 5 damage to your face.
Yeah. It reminds me of like some of those days with what is it, when you could sack an artifact to deal 5 damage to something.
Oh, Shrapnel Blast. So Daniel's going to start off with a Post Malone Forest and suspending a Crashing Footfalls.
Why not?
Chris has a tapped Savai Triumph. We'll just pass back over to Daniel, who plays a Steam Vents tapped.
Chris generally takes turn 1 off.
Back on Chris's turn. I think Chris almost always takes turn 1 off.
Yeah.
He only has the Lightning Bolts and the Wild Nicottles that he could play.
Funny you should say that. He took out all the Lightning Bolts.
Perfect.
So he took out...
They don't seem particularly good in this matchup.
Even though they won the game... Last game, it could have been the Flames. It could have been anything.
Sure.
So we took out all 4 Lightning Bolts, took out 1 Neshoba Brawler, and 1 Wild Nicotle. So just a little bit of a trim on those guys.
Yep.
Brought in 2 copies of the Hidetsuga Consumes All. Got Hungry Boys. 2 copies of Terra Sunder. And 2 copies of Flusterstorm, which I think is a hot include.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. This deck reminds me a lot of the old Counter Cat deck.
Oh, yeah.
You know, with Wild Nicottles and Spell Pierces and Negates, and your creatures are just so much more efficient now. Instead of having 1 mana 3/3s, you have 2 mana 5/5s.
Yeah, and then you just hold up counter magic.
Yeah, and you can back it up with here's a Blood Moon.
That's a 1/1.
Here is a Blood Moon.
That is a 1/1.
Holy cow.
You get a triggered ability.
So we'll head back over to Chris here. He gets in the red zone with his 1/1.
So this is what the Terra Sunder is for.
Scion of Draco. He would need a green mana.
And he does with his companion.
Sure.
His companion can produce green mana.
We are very far away from that. Here is a Blighted Agent. That's going to cascade into a Crashing Footfalls. There it is. 2 Rhinos come in.
This is... All right, including Blood Moons in Daniel's deck when you're on 3 colors. When people don't really consider this a lot. Dead and Gone.
Dead Gone, going to take care of the Kavu.
When you are on a 3-color mana base, but you can fetch accordingly, you're going to be able to play around your own Blood Moon.
Yep.
And Daniel doesn't care. He got a basic forest, a basic island, and then it doesn't matter. Whatever lands.
Well, Chris has the forest now.
Okay.
So he does have one color of his mana. He would be able to cast that Gigantha next turn. Gigantha can block Rhinos pretty well.
Yep. And there's a 2/2 Kavu.
Here is the Kavu.
I don't know that it's doing
So
much.
the second copy of Crashing Footfall is going to come off of Suspend and create 8 power.
He already has 10 power in play.
There is the 10 power from the Blighted Agent and the 2 Rhinos. Chris down to 9.
7.
7.
Yeah, he was at 17.
Going to pass back over to Chris. Chris
This
is
is
going to take a
lethal.
draw step. Does he have the Hidetsugu Consumes All? No.
That would be rad.
He would need a swamp.
He would need a swamp. It's
And
game.
we're done. Blood Moon shutting Chris's ability to play this game down.
Lightning fast
And
magic.
Daniel only brought in the 1 copy of Blood Moon.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you need.
Yeah. 10 out of 10.
That's wild.
All right, let's take a look at the OCM Championship belt. That's what these players are playing for right now. All right, Twitch, it has all come down to this. Game 3 here in the finals.
Wow.
All of the magic that we've played here at Game Castle in Ankeny in 2023 has led to this moment. Daniel Seidl, Team of Rhinos, Chris Foshe, Domain Zoo.
Yep. We are... And Daniel has worked so hard for this. He's played in nearly every tournament.
Yes,
Chris has played in nearly every tournament.
Chris missed 2, and
He missed
said,
2.
Yeah, Chris had to earn his top 8 here too. 'Cause
Yeah, he played
He didn't
through it.
have the buys at the beginning, so Chris firing on all cylinders now.
Yeah.
This is anybody's game.
And this
Looks
is...
like Daniel is going to take a mulligan here.
I would call this a rogue deck. I would call Domain Zoo a rogue deck.
Yeah, it's not as popular as it once was.
But Chris has just made it his own. He's committed to it.
Yep,
He's learned every in and out.
When you put in the time,
Yeah.
the deck will reward you.
It's... People don't consider how much committing to a deck and practicing with that deck
Yep.
and knowing your matchups is going to reward you.
Players have gotten started here. Daniel kept 6 cards. It's a Savai Triumph from Chris. And just like last game,
Yep.
a Forest and a Suspended Crashing Footfalls from Daniel as we pass back over to Chris for turn number 2. Listen, if you haven't done so already, please give us a follow here on Twitch, Old Cranky Man Collectibles. We got plenty more tournament magic coming for you in 2024.
Yeah, it's going to be wild.
Yeah, 100%. Tomorrow we've got the Lawnlander Championship Finals, which is our Canadian Highlander circuit. The top 8 plays out tomorrow starting at 1 p.m. right here on Twitch. You can head on over to YouTube, Old Cranky Man Collectibles. Watch all of our VODs from previous tournament. Check out that content. Subscribe to us there. Every little bit helps. Here is
Brawler.
a Neshoba Brawler
big
from
boy.
Chris.
That's
Pass
cuffing
back over
season,
to
baby.
Daniel.
Yeah, Chris being on the play is you don't. Daniel would have absolutely wanted to have that Gemstone Caverns in this.
Yeah, Rhinos always wants to be on
Yeah,
the play no
and
matter
especially
what. That's why
against
they
an
max
aggro
out
deck.
on those Gemstone Caverns like that. Chris gonna untap.
If you're Chris, you don't play around Blood Moon either. Like you don't try to make your deck more capable.
Well, now that you've seen it in game 1, I think it's
Sure.
I think it's probably best to respect the Blood Moon.
But you still play your dual lands. You play. Oh, are we dashing?
Here is a dash.
Are we dashing?
Dragon from Chris.
You know what helps fix against a Blood
This
Moon?
demands an answer from Daniel.
Yeah.
Looks like the Misty Rainforest is gonna get cracked.
If those treasure tokens start coming out, he can. It doesn't matter. He can just make enough, make any color of mana.
Yeah,
However he
he
wants.
certainly will be in a better position than before. Steam
Yeah.
Vent's going to get shocked in. Daniel down to 17.
Surely has an answer.
looks like a
Dead Gone.
Dead Gone to take care of the Ragavan. That's going to go to the graveyard.
Take 5.
Take 5 from the Neshova Brawler.
Or is it 4?
Yeah. Here is a Windswept Heath from Chris. Another counter is going to come off this Crashing Footfalls. And does Daniel have the third land? He does not.
Nope.
Pass back over to Chris.
Daniel did mulligan a bit here.
This is not what Daniel wants to see right here.
Nope. And Chris still has that Flusterstorm in hand. So he could be ready for this. I don't know if he has it in hand. He has them in the deck. He has a lot of counter magic.
Yeah.
He has the
Stubborn Denials.
the Flusterstorms.
The Flusterstorms.
The Tishana's Tidebinder.
Yeah.
Like, just all of these things to interact on the board. You wouldn't think an aggro deck would have that.
That's what I said. It reminds me of the old counter cat deck. There is so much interaction with the stack and just big threats. Instead of playing 1 mana 3/3s, you're playing 2 mana 5/5s with your counter magic.
Yeah.
So
and he's just holding mana up. That's he's not buying his companion. He's holding mana up. This
like
is
a Sacred Foundry.
Oh,
Here
he buying
is
it?
3 mana.
Okay.
He's going to buy this Gigantha.
okay. If he has a third land
Daniel
here, he
needs
could
to
cascade.
find the third land now. I saw a little nod of the head there. Maybe that was the third land coming off the top. His deck being kind to him.
Or he could just be nodding at his opponent. So now this brawler is a 5/5.
Nope, he doesn't have an island in play. It's a 4/1.
Oh, is it a 4/1?
Daniel does have the third land, so here's a Wooded Foothills getting cracked. Is it too late, though?
Chris tapped out for that companion.
Is it too late?
I don't know. He could put 8 power in play right
Daniel
now.
at 8.
Here's the thing. If he puts 8 power in play right now, he'll have 8 power in play next turn. That's 16 power in 2 turns.
Yep.
That's generally
There
good
is
enough.
3 mana. Looks like it's going to be a Shardless Agent, so that'll be 2 more Rhinos coming. Daniel has 10 power in play, but at only 8 life, Chris has a number of burn spells in the deck. He has those Kindred Flames.
Doesn't?
You said he sideboarded out the lightning
Yep, all the bolts are gone. So he can give his green creature trample with the Scion.
Hidetsugu consumes all would be pretty decent in this spot.
Yep.
Well, it would take care of the token, so I suppose you'd probably want to wait till the following
I
turn
think so.
to do that if that's what you were going to do.
It would hurt.
It is 3 mana. It is a Hidetsugu
Okay,
consumes
we're just
all,
going
so
for it.
these Rhinos are going to go away.
And he's going to have blue mana up. So those are going to go away. He's going to have the blue mana ready to go.
So does this Neshoba Brawler get in the red zone here and trade with this Shardless Agent?
Would it trade?
Yeah. Yeah, the Neshoba Brawler is 1 toughness.
Oh, it's power equal to the number?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's unafraid.
Yeah, Daniel is going to block.
No, it's not 1 toughness.
No, it's not.
And he's 5.
Tribal Flames
Wow!
is gonna do it. Chris Foshe wins the
Wow!
Old Cranky Man Championship with Domain Zoo. You love to see it.
Oh my gosh.
And it's over.
That's
Just
it.
like that. Little bit of heartbreak on Daniel's face here. That's
Daniel
okay
played
though.
so well this
Daniel
year.
coming second at the very end there. It's
my
an
gosh.
amazing feat.
Chris played so well.
Certainly nothing to be ashamed of, but Chris
No.
just being able to really put the pedal to the metal. That is absolutely insane. Well, let's see if we can maybe have a little chat with Chris.
let's get Chris in here.
Awesome.
Be right back.
We'll be right back.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, we are in the booth with Chris. We watched him take down the finals there. Chris, how do you feel?
Feel good.
How was that?
That was wild, dude.
What were you thinking there at the end?
I couldn't believe I won game 1.
Bolted him?
But I played out of it. And in game 2, I felt the blood moon coming, and I knew it was.
Oh, really?
Before it happened, I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I felt it, just weird.
Yeah.
In game 3, I played careful, and
Yeah, notice you were fetching basics out of there.
and I set it up. I set it up to where I thought I could get one last push.
Yep.
Yeah,
With the brawler, you could have made it a 5/5 way earlier.
Yeah.
But you were fetching basics.
Yeah.
And you were just respecting all of his potential avenues of play.
Yeah, because I had bindings in hand, and I knew I had an out to Blood Moon either way.
Yep.
So I was like, I got to keep the power of this thing high.
Yeah, binding really does do a lot of work in the deck. Hidetsugu consumes all. That card feels like an all-star.
It's good. It's good when it's situationally really good. Also, in the new Rhinos list, you got to watch out for the Tidebender on your Kavu.
Yeah.
So like you got to hold up bindings a lot. It's just
Your own Tidebinders.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, Tishana's Tidebinder, we saw it do a number of amazing things today.
It was good for me too. I played 3, and
That's so cool.
multiple times. It was very good.
Your ability to interact on the stack is actually really shocking, considering your deck is effectively an aggro deck, right?
Well, the cool thing about Zoo, I think, is you can play aggro,
yes.
or you can play Protect the Queen tempo.
Yeah, that's what Blake was sort of saying.
Yeah. It reminds me of the old counter cat deck.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
can play one big
your,
creature.
Your
yeah.
friends have dropped a phone that says Foshe sucks on the screen there.
That's AJ.
That's
Oh my gosh.
that's perfect.
Yeah,
all right,
that's the way
Chris.
to end it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we loved watching you play all year long, and it couldn't be happier for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, man, I appreciate
it's
it,
been
guys.
great hanging out with you.
It's been
getting
fun.
to know everybody
Yeah,
here.
look at your belts.
Oh
my
my
belt.
gosh. AJ's gonna spit on it.
I'm sure I'll be getting some drinks.
Hell yeah. You go out and celebrate, man.
Yeah, thanks,
dude.
guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, really appreciate you coming out.
Thanks,
This
guys.
has been
Thank
great.
you.
All right, everybody.
Congratulations again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Crazy stuff. Once again, before we go, I want to remind
yeah.
you that at 1 p.m. Central tomorrow is the Lawnlander Championship Finals. If you missed any of today's action, the Twitch VOD should be available for you to watch right now, or you can head over to our YouTube channel, Old Cranky Man Collectibles, subscribe there. All of our VODs from these tournaments get uploaded there, so you can catch all of the backlog, watch your favorite matchups,
Just listen to us.
and just listen to us.
The dulcet tones of our voices. My sinus infection today.
Appreciate everybody hanging out, and look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Adios, everybody.
Coming home. I love you.